Drivin Ivan here with an amazing car, the Ferrari 812 GTS. So many special things to say about it, share about it. I'm going to drive it, I'm going to talk about it, and you're going to know all about this amazing car when I'm done. So smash that like button and subscribe, and buy me a coffee if you like the content. Let's go on this Ferrari 812 GTS. Okay, look at this beauty. Grigio Coburn, now called Grigio Competition because there was a Ferrari 512 Berlinetta Boxer actually in this color, and they changed the name. It was named after a guy with a suit actually, and they changed the name, and now it's a Competition color. But look at this stunning dark red interior, but we'll get to that in a second. It is windy here, so that's just the way it is. But hey, look at this. Perfect weather for a convertible, right? And this is a very rare Ferrari in that it is a front-engine V12 convertible. You know, it's been, the California Spider, a couple special cars that they built on the 550 and things like that. But other than that, this is the first production Ferrari front-engine V12 in quite some time. So it's a special car, and really every angle on it. The wheels look magnificent in my opinion, but just stunning from every angle. I think this color really brings it out, makes it pop today. You can see the sparkly Miami sun on the water, and it's really doing good things for the 812 GTS. Now the Berlinetta, that's not a hardtop, is called the Superfast. But believe me, this one is also super fast. Stunning car, Atelier. There's the prancing horse. It's a great looking car, and you can envision the cars of the 50s and 60s, all of those beautiful racing cars that Ferrari built. You can see where the inspiration came. Kind of a Barchetta type speedster, scoops behind the driver and the passenger there. Just you know, I could walk around this and stare at it forever, but it's also all about the driving the Ferrari, and I'm going to show you the cool interior too. A lot of cool stuff going on in the interior of a modern Ferrari. Now you saw the Atelier on the license plate, and that is sort of like tailor-made in a way, customization, and that's what this car was. It was actually the really show car, display car in New York at the Ferrari dealership, I believe on Park Avenue. And so yeah, very custom, the color and the interior color as well. Really nice color combination. Notice the pedals, very grippy, and that ever famous Ferrari steering wheel, the engine, the suspension settings, the drive settings, wet, sport, race, CT off, and then basically everything off. Speedometer settings there, more menus, of course a huge tachometer in front, digital readout, but of course on a modern Ferrari, wait, there's more. And as you go over to the other side here, of course this is the way you can always tell what Ferrari you're looking at. They always have the name of the Ferrari over there. But if you go ahead and press the power button over there, well, looky there, the passenger gets a full readout of what's going on there as well. So how about that? Isn't that cool? Yeah, you know it's cool. They even have a footrest here. Lots of ways to adjust the seat on the side. Beautiful red, silver, and black on the door card there. Nice arrow looking vents for your ventilation. Infinitely adjustable. Another Ferrari badge there. Dual zone climate control below, and reverse, auto, and this one, the power start launch control button. Center console has a little bit of storage there, more storage here, power window controls, hazard lights, and kind of a magazine holder back there. Another little storage area there. Look at this 812 GTS Atelier. Absolutely stunning interior. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. This is a special A12 GTS, and now we'll check out some of the storage out back. Okay, and look at this. Of course, a GT car, Grand Touring Spider in this case, is a car that you want to travel with. The GT cars are designed to be very quick and take you cross-continent in Europe as quickly as possible and as comfortably as possible. So look at this, a 6-piece luggage set, perfectly fitted for your trunk, DOP kit, duffel bags, you name it, it's got it. How's that for luxury? Oh yeah. Well, there you go. There's that beautiful Ferrari engine. Actually is a Testa Rossa redheads there. 6.5 liter V12 producing 789 horsepower, 530 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 62 in 2.8 seconds, onto a top speed of 211 miles an hour. Notice the carbon fiber here. You don't care, but 12 to 15 miles per gallon, that's pretty good for all this speed. And yes, 3,600 pounds, so pretty light for a car this big. And speaking of that, it is actually a very balanced car because it's a front mid-engine. You see how far back the engine's pushed in? Reminds me of the Bizzarini 5300 GT Strada I reviewed. You should definitely check that out. Search Drivin Ivan in any car. By the way, have you subscribed and liked this video yet? I sure hope you have, because now it's time to get in and drive it. Oh yeah, there we are. The Ferrari engine fires up into life. Jockeying the A12 around this tight little parking area, and it's got a beautiful backup camera right there in front of you, and simple to drive, just like your everyday Ferrari A12 GTS. Sounds good, doesn't it? It does, but just getting familiar with it and out and making sure all the mirrors are, surprisingly, the owner is quite tall and I'm not, and the mirrors are actually in pretty good shape right now. A lot of bike travel and things around Miami. It's a car that turns heads. We've got heads turning right now just as I'm driving by, and it is a stunning car. That's first and foremost. But the GTS model came out in 2021. 2017 to 2024 was the total model run, and now they're out with the 12-cylinder, interesting name, which basically just means 12-cylinder. And as we launch out here, this beautiful sound. And as I was saying, this is the absolute perfect car for Miami. Miami's very flashy, and let's face it, Ferraris are very flashy. But I think this one in this beautiful kind of steel blue color is also a bit understated and classy. I think it strikes the right balance of, yeah, I'm a supercar, I'll do 211 miles an hour, but at the same time, it has the beautiful classy look of the blue exterior and the red interior, the Atelier class. Tailor-made is another way to make your Ferrari custom, but it is beautiful. Look at the beautiful bulges over the front there. Look at that. Look at the styling of this car. Absolutely stunning, as any Ferrari would be. But again, this is a throwback. You can put the camera back on me. But again, this is a throwback to the most, I would say, beloved Ferraris. You know, when the Ferrari 308 came out, the mid-engine cars, the V8 mid-engine cars were really the rage. But to me, my first Ferrari that I drove was the Ferrari 400. I have always loved the front-engine 12-cylinder cars. And now that this one came out, it just ticks every single box to me. It is exactly what you want from your Ferrari. And of course, we've got the instantaneous acceleration, the beautiful handling, Now, speaking of the handling, there is fluid in this car. It basically calculates 1,000 times a second to make sure that each wheel is pointed in the right direction, getting the right amount of grip, and you are getting the maximum amount of performance at all times. Ferraris are so incredibly sophisticated now. When I first toured Ferrari in 1993, there was just a couple buildings. You kind of had to sneak a peek at Fiorano, the racetrack. Now there's 46 buildings. Their research and development is the best in the world. Their racing team, everything is amazing. You know, you've got a very revvy Porsche over here, and we know that if we sink down into our accelerator, we're going to embarrass pretty much any car on the road. But that's the thing about this car. You don't need to. You just need to show up in your front engine V12 Ferrari with the beautiful blue gray exterior, the custom Atelier interior, and that's enough. It's not a car you feel like you need to be boy racerish all the time. You don't need to be gunning the engine, even though it sounds so good when you do. But the paddle shifters, 7-speed automatic, and it is matching the revs beautifully. Check the brakes here. Oh, stunning. You know what I say? I always say when I'm reviewing a car, Porsche brakes, these are as good or better than, you know, racing Porsche brakes. Incredible braking. Of course, Ferrari knows you can outbrake, you can beat a car around the track. In fact, Enzo Ferrari himself was not innovative. He would wait until Jaguar was beating them in their D-type, and then he went to disc brakes. Then and only then. He wanted things to be proven. He didn't even go to mid-engine with the Ferrari Dino in the LM race car. He didn't go to mid-engine until it was proven to be beating him on the track, and then he would do it. He was a very smart man, and he was also practical, and that's pretty rare in the world of amazing racing cars and sports cars, and it shows in this car. The history of Ferrari comes back full circle in this Ferrari 812 GTS. Again, you have the Berlinetta. For those of you that are always saying, you know, the GTS, it's a convertible, it's not as stiff, you want the Berlinetta. Come on. Most of the people that are saying these things never even track their cars at all. I don't understand this. To me, I'm a convertible guy. I have a lot of convertibles, and I love them. There is nothing like top down in this car on a day like today in Miami. Even in a little bit of traffic right now, who cares? It's absolutely glorious. And the performance specs between this one and the Berlinetta, really not much difference at all. By the way, this top will go up and down in 14 seconds. So, and you can actually be traveling at a speed up to about 30 miles an hour when you do it too. Okay, here we go. The top magic is about to happen. See, it swings back, comes up, and there you go. 14 seconds and it's done. And now we'll put it back down, right? Why not? We don't want to be cooped up in our
traffic's going forward.
Yeah. See, I can even creep forward in traffic and do it. How cool is that? So yeah, I think that Ferrari has really come up with something incredibly special. Of course, front mid-engine, V12 in a Spider convertible format, amazing. But also, you know, to have the technical abilities to do that in 14 seconds while you're driving, this is really, really a Ferrari for the modern age. And, you know, I went into this review saying, you know, all the cars are fast. They all do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds these days. But I come out saying, yes, this 812 GTS, especially in the Atelier format, is an extremely special car. that has all the speed you want, sure. It has all the tech you want, sure. But beautiful air conditioning, rear view camera, a 14-second folding top, and it's just absolutely an incredible car, much less Ferrari and sports car. Wait, there's no turn signal stock. You just go boop and your turn signals are on. Of course, you know, who uses a turn signal in a Ferrari? No, I'm just kidding. Of course, you want to use the turn signal in any car you happen to be in. So yes, after spending some good quality time with the 812 GTS, I am absolutely impressed. It is a very special Ferrari, as I said, and it gives you really everything you want in your Grand Touring Ferrari. Speed, style, and looks that are incredible, and of course handling that is world-class and exceptional. A car that will go 200 miles an hour. I did watch those videos of the 812 going you know, over 200 miles an hour on the Autobahn, and you know, these cars were meant, as I said, a GT car is meant to travel cross-continent quickly and in the greatest amount of luxury and comfort. But you know, when that noisy Porsche GT2 comes your way, well, you can, of course, shame him as well. And that is what the Ferrari 812 was all about. Speed, style, grace, and history with the front-engine V12 Spider convertible Ferrari. Thanks for watching. I am, of course, as you know, Drivin Ivan. Watch all of my disc golf videos, my literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, my disc golf videos, my music videos where I play all the instruments, Hotel California, Purple Haze, Maggie May, Stairway to Heaven even. Watch my original song, Free Your Mind. It has a lot of my guitar and car collection in it. And the Beatles in London and Liverpool, U2 in Dublin, and Banksy's art in Bristol, and Andy Warhol in Pittsburgh, as well as Jim Morrison's Life and Death in London, in actually Paris, and Jimi Hendrix's Life and Death and Lady Friends in London. Again, thank you so much. Here in this 2022 Ferrari 812 GTS Atelier, I am Drivin Ivan.